That bitch ass nigga, welcome back, and it's like that. Okay, so since we doing some Michael history, is another thing that they didn't really touch on that I feel like they should have touched on, just on some funny shit. Is Michael got this picture where he's surrounded by a bunch of Crips, and Michael throwing that shit up. I mean, he throwing that shit up, and then nobody really get no explanation of this picture. Nobody really showed the picture like that. People just started finding this picture on the internet, and it's a real picture. And he really throwing that shit up. And this is the thing that the movie did point out, is that he had real gangbangers in his video, from Beat It to Smooth Criminal to fucking Thriller to fucking you pick it, you name it. He got street dancers off the streets to dance with him. This just so happened to be on set of The Way You Make Me Feel. So we finna see one of the original dancers from the video speak on the situation.
And man, we turned around and Mike threw up that Crip sign, and it was like magic. No one told him to do it. He threw it up, and that's what that picture is you see floating around the internet.
Willie D Live.
I'll tell you more about David, but I will tell you, when I met Mr. Pitka, first thing he started doing was cursing at me. Me coming from South Central, I didn't believe in doing soap operas and music videos. And I was an actor. I thought I would just, fly doing movies and TV shows. Little did I know it don't work that way. But I didn't know this was a music video, but I never had a director be that rude and nasty to me. So he said, "Who the fuck are you?" And I said, "Who the fuck are you?" And he says, What are you fucking doing Saturday or something?" I said, "You big, tall, ugly, uh, white MF." I was not only vulgar, I was racist. And I said, what's that character from the movie Ghostbusters? The dude on the picture look in all black at the end of the movie, and he looked with the crazy hair, and he was all in black. So he looked Ghostbuster looking motherfucker, and he looked at me.
It don't nobody even, y'all probably don't even know what the fuck the director look like, but the director really do look like that damn thing off Ghostbusters. It's a big white man with like a Herman Monster sized body, and then he just like shoulders like this, and then he all gray hair and shit. He directed the video, but I know exactly who he talking about. That's what making this shit funny.
He said, "I'll see you Saturday." He got such a kick out of me cursing back at him. We became great friends. He used me over and over in all these national commercials. We sat and ate lunch. He was a bully. He played basketball when he directed all the Michael Jordan commercials. He directed all the Pepsi, Michael Jackson commercials. He was one of the biggest commercials back in the day. And he directed Space Camp, that animation thing, blah, blah, blah. And he became a dear friend of mine. But it's funny how God works, that my rawness attracted him. He would put the camera in your face and say, "Do something." And I didn't know what to do. And he put the camera in, he's a DP as well, the cameraman. And he said, "Do something." "What do you want me to do?" "Do something." I said, "What the fuck you want me to do?" He said, "Action." He wanted a reaction from you. He wanted you angry. He wanted to motivate you to be raw. He's alive, and he really didn't care for actors trying to be thespians. He liked rawness. And if there's one thing about me and you, Willie D, we know the raw deal. A good man is a good man that's got a heart, that talk that good shit and could go and hang out with the best of them. And that's what kind of dude he respected. No way racist, no way prejudice against nothing to do with color. And I just respected I could be myself on the set. So here I am on the Michael Jackson set and finding out for the callback that Saturday that it's a music video. I don't know what it is. They say it's for MJ. Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
And it turned out that we worked on 7 to 10 days in an airport hangar. And David Banks I think that's where I met David, was also the co-writer of that. And as I met David, me and David became good friends because David also likes that rawness. David would razzle dazzle you so bad, he would talk about you, talk about everybody around you. It's called the dozens. Well, if you couldn't hang, you get your little feelings hurt. He called me red or dirty red just because I'm light skinned. And he talked so much shit, but because I know how to talk it back, we became good friends. Okay, here we are on the set shooting with all real Crips, with all real V13s from Venice Beach, two actors, me and another cat, Latoya Jackson, Michael Jackson, all these dancers. One of the actors gets into it with me, starts spitting at me. Only two actors. I think the energy of the gangbangers made him feel like he had to be tough. He starts spitting at me. I start going in for the kill. Guess who starts instigating the whole thing? Guess.
Michael.
The director, Joe.
Okay.
Get him, Roy. Let's go. I'm like, what director wants you to fight on the set? But again, that rawness, and he's just like instigating me, Willie. I'm like, dog, I backed off. I'd been kicked out of 7 junior high schools. I've been in and out of jail all my life. I just came into acting to get away from that shit, right? Here I am working with these gangbangers. Long story short, 7, 8 days later, after we wrapped, all these gangbangers are the nicest people in the world. I mean, you know, some of the toughest people love their mama, and some of the hardest gangsters got a heart. You just got to be cool with them, right? So at the end, we taking a photo for People magazine. Now, my boy Snoop Dogg said he believed Mike was a Crip. I'm here to say he wasn't a Crip, but he was always affiliated with a gang. The first gang, the Jacksons. That nigga had grew up with all these niggas that were tough, that probably he fought, they fought, he won, they won. So he was a tough dude. So being around these gangbangers made him feel at home. So here's the magic. When they said, okay, all y'all get together, we felt like a family. And all of a sudden, everybody threw up the Crip sign. And man, we turned around and Mike threw up that Crip sign. And it was like magic. No one told him to do it. He threw it up. And that's what that picture is you see floating around the internet. Mike threw that sign up because he wanted to feel connected. And that was a part of him, brotherly love.
That's
like,
a real pic. That actually happened. That's a real pic. That's not.
I was there. That ain't no AI. I was there. That didn't, nobody whispered over, no photographer, no Joe. Nobody said, throw up the sign, Mike.
No Photoshop.
MJ. There ain't no Photoshop. That's me in the.
People gonna talk that shit about Michael, and I be hating that shit because Michael's a real nigga, bro. And I be hating that people talk that shit about Michael because they don't really get to know his story. And I really wanted this movie to show more of it. And it ain't that he had to be about like no child molesting shit or no shit like that. Cause I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that trial bullshit. I don't let that shit sit with me. I know the truth and I done did my research on that. But my thing with all of that is this more so like they don't give more of a descriptive variety of his history. Like Michael Jackson did a lot of shit, bro. He was a part of a lot of things, bro. And Michael Jackson did some funny ass shit in his lifetime, and this is probably one of the most hilarious to me to see him throwing up Crip. But to hear how it came about is more funnier because y'all could just imagine that nigga just standing there, just fucking talking to everybody, and then they say take a picture, woo, and he pose up and they doing it, so he fuck around do it, but he know what the fuck the shit mean. And if you careful, you look at the picture, Michael only really throwing it up like this. So he know what it mean. I believe Michael knew what the fuck that meant. Another thing is like as far there's so many stories that they could have threw up in there just to give you some type of meat on the damn movie. Like it wasn't enough in the storyline to me. It was no storyline. It was just a lot of bullshits and snaps and music playing. But other than that, like it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't like I wouldn't go see that shit again. Like on some like to me, the American Dream had more to it, so I fuck with the American Dream. But this is why I say these niggas' real stories be having so much to them. I'm surprised people don't just go along with what they had for this story. They could fictionalize certain shit or whatever, however they want to do it, but it's real shit that be in these people's stories, and they be fucking around to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think Michael a funny ass nigga though.
Real boys, Willie D. That's that real deal. Me and Mike, we took more pictures. I got more pictures I'll send to you later.
Yeah.
But that was to me, again, thanking God that God's connected me with Robert Townsend and MJ and David Banks and all these greats that I've worked with and other legends that I've worked with. When I think about working with legends and even working with the great legend Willie D to cut my throat,
It was an accident.
it was an accident.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, Michael my nigga. He a real nigga, and I hate when people try to shit on Michael because they don't be knowing Michael. Like they just be talking shit because this is what they be hearing, and a lot of people like to just run with a narrative. But if you do your research on Michael Jackson, bro, you'll find out he done did some like funny ass nigga shit, bro. He done did some real nigga shit, like some shit that you would probably do in a situation type shit. He wasn't no different from the average male to me. If you peep and you pay more attention, he just was just shelter shit. You gotta think the nigga couldn't go nowhere. He couldn't go nowhere and do nothing without people mobbing him. Everybody else can do that shit, but he can't. Y'all ain't know what the fuck y'all think. I'm gonna be out. Peace.
Lurking, why close your curtain? These hoes